Stan Gibilisco here, proprietor and operator of amateur radio station W1GV, Whiskey 1 Good Vibrations if you're into voice communications. What I'd like to do now, in regards to looking at dirty electricity as a spectral display, is forget all about how to configure the antenna, quote unquote, and worry about installing the software itself. Now it depends on what kind of computer you have, what your software is going to do. The software apparently was designed for Windows 95 or greater. Well, that can mean a lot of things. Well, no thanks. This thing always does that. It gives me this and then it won't let me say yes or no. All right. This computer has Windows 8.1 installed on it. And so let's look for DigiPan. This is what you should do basically with any computer. Let's go with the phrase box just to be sure that we're safe. Be sure we spell it right. www.digipan.net. You want to remember that particular website. And now it's being very, very slow about giving me the page itself. So let's just, okay, DigiPan download page. A freeware program for PSK31 and PSK63. Those are amateur radio digital modes. DigiPan stands for Digital Panoramic Tuning. Well, we're not going to use it for either of those programs. We want to use it here in order to look at audio on the computer that I happen to have. Now, it seems that as we have progressed or regressed in operating systems from the time this was described, or first finally worked with and uploaded and everything, and then they seem to have quit because the date at the bottom, version 2.0, is more than 10 years old. The 9th and final release. Well, unfortunately, we didn't have Windows 8.1 then. It seems to work best on Windows 98 or Windows XP. Now, I've already downloaded the program, and it actually appears on my computer. So let's kill the browser and go to that particular program. The way we do that is there it is. I believe that's DigiPan's icon right there. And this is what you're going to see if you have a computer like mine. Here's the display of the audio spectrum. It's all the way from 0 up to 5,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,500 hertz. All we want to do is look at the spectral display of video, or of the audio that comes into the computer. So what we're looking at now is my voice as it appears on the waterfall display, as they call it, for DigiPan 2.0 on a Windows 8.1 computer. You can see that it doesn't look anything like the dirty electricity that I've showed you in the book, but we'll get there. What we need to do first is make sure that we can at least see audio on the computer that comes into it from somewhere, and I'm using a USB microphone headphone set for this, but I found it'll also appear if I plug a headset into the microphone jack and use the headset as an imitation uh, microphone. Uh, so this is all you're going to be able to get on a display this large. It's only going to cover about half of what you, unless we're able to zoom somehow. I haven't figured out how to do that yet on this computer. But now we're there. It's going to download a little differently on each computer. So as I said in the take 0, this is take 1. In the introduction I said every device is different, and the antenna that I described in ham and shortwave radio for the electronics hobbyist unfortunately no longer exists. So it doesn't matter if I provide instructions or not as to how to make it properly and install it properly. We're going to have to figure out something else. So that's what I'm going to try to do in the next video in this sequence. I will provide the download page, meanwhile, in the description of this video. Stan Gibilisco, W1GV, da 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 da, saying 73, which means best regards in ham radio jargon, and so long, which in my language translates to da 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 da.